Colin Cowherd just had an absolutely amazing segment about Lamar Jackson in making a strong case for him possibly being already a top 10 quarterback of all time. I'm going to play you the clip in just a minute, and we're going to talk about it. But before I do that, welcome to Flock Talk, your home for all things Baltimore Ravens football. If you're a Ravens fan and you're new to this channel, take a second, like the video, subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there before the end of the season. So if everyone from Ravens Nation watching this video could hit subscribe and help me get there, I would appreciate it more than all of you know. But enough of that. Let's talk about this segment from Colin Cowherd, who has seemingly become one of Lamar Jackson's biggest supporters. And listen, I love to see it. A guy, Lamar, nobody deserves it in the NFL more than Lamar Jackson. Okay, and that statement in and of itself might get some pushback from people, but I think Lamar is so deserving of the recognition that he's getting this season. But I'm going to play you the clip. Obviously, I can't play the whole clip due to copyright reasons, but I'm going to play my favorite part from it and give you a little reaction from there.
Lamar Jackson, remember when the big knock on him was, hey, he can't play from behind? This year, trailing. 11 touchdowns, no picks, and a passer rating over 120. Trailing 3 times this year. He's come back and won games trailing by 10. That was a huge knock. All he does is prove people wrong. If Dan Marino's a top 10 quarterback all time, and every list he makes it, where are his trophies? But Dan Marino was different. Probably the most seamless, effortless thrower we've ever seen. This is the greatest playmaker in the history of football at that position. I mean, he makes Michael Vick look, talented, I guess. Almost pedestrian. I mean, the kid's incredible. Lamar Jackson has become the show Mythbusters. Remember that show Mythbusters? That's what Lamar Jackson is. The only difference is none of the myths are ever true. Okay, you still got that one where he doesn't win enough in the playoffs. Keep doubting this kid. Go ahead, keep doubting him. I mean, I watch him. This tiptoe thing down the defensive sideline. Like, what is that? I mean, if that was in high school against the high school defense, it would be insane. He's doing stuff, jump shot into the end zone. He's doing stuff nobody can do. And if you're going to say Marino's a top 10 player ever because he just threw the ball more effortlessly, then what is Lamar Jackson? I've never seen a player like that. Just nothing like it in the world ever. And if you're going to put Marino in that top 10 without a trophy room, you got to start considering Lamar Jackson. Never seen anything like this.
Now tell me that was not one of the best Lamar Jackson segments you've ever heard. I mean, it has taken... He's in year 7 now, and he is probably the most criticized superstar quarterback, maybe the most criticized star quarterback in the National Football League, and has been for years. Every little thing about his game, people have picked apart. You've all heard the arguments. He's just a running back. He can't throw the ball. He's can't win big games. He can't come from behind. The only reason he wins all these games is because they get a lead and they just run the clock out. He's always had a great defense to back him up. You've heard it. We've all heard it. And it seems like this season, they're finally getting more and more recognition from the mainstream media. He's always going to have his critics, always going to have his doubters. He could go win the Super Bowl this year and they're still going to be there saying the same things. Oh, well, they probably say, well, they got Derrick Henry. Listen, this defense has been bad this year, so nobody can say they're winning because of the defense. Lamar Jackson is the best he's ever been. He still gives you that threat with his legs, and we're seeing him be a threat from the pocket that we've never seen. Todd Monken has unlocked a whole new level to his game with this offensive system. Lamar Jackson is firmly in control of this offense, and listen, I have to agree with Colin. We have never seen a playmaker at the quarterback position better than Lamar Jackson. Okay, and I've said it for a while. Look, I'm from Ohio, so I'm surrounded by a bunch of Browns and Bengals fans. When I talk to various fans, Browns and Bengals fans, and I say Lamar Jackson is the best dual threat quarterback the NFL has ever seen, I oftentimes get looked at like I have 3 heads. And it has to be because they just don't watch Lamar Jackson. But if you actually sit down and watch the man play football, he makes it look so effortless. He looks like he's playing backyard football with his friends, for goodness sakes, against the top 1% of athletes on the entire planet. It's unbelievable what he's doing this season. I'm going to pull up what he's on pace for. Right now, at this point last season, he had 10 passing touchdowns and 5 interceptions, I believe, and won the MVP. Not the best statistical season, but I made the argument that it's because of his overall impact in the game. Okay, so for all the people who were complaining about the stats, This season, he already has 24 passing touchdowns compared to his 10 last year, 2 interceptions. This is what he's on pace for. Okay, if he continues the trajectory that he's currently on, he's going to finish with 41 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Sorry, 41 passing touchdowns and 3 interceptions. 4,500 passing yards, 69% completion percentage, a 123.2 pass rating, 3 rushing touchdowns, and 915 rushing yards. That is just mind-blowing, that what he's on pace for. Now, I'm not saying he's going to do it. I'm not saying he won't. I could see Lamar Jackson doing it. I think he's that great. Even if he doesn't, that does not take away from the season that he's currently having. He's the MVP of this team in a year that the defense has been down more than maybe we've seen in a long, long time. Maybe ever with this past defense. But Lamar Jackson, I'm glad he's finally getting that recognition. He deserves it. He has worked as hard as anybody to improve his game from when he entered the league as a rough quarterback prospect. Some teams wanted him to, try out maybe as a receiver or whatever, and he said, no, I'm a quarterback. And we've seen him work his tail off to improve and grow his game to be I think he is currently the best quarterback in the NFL. And I know all the Mahomes fanboys are going to come hit the comments and tell me how wrong I am. And no disrespect to anybody else in the league. Mahomes is incredibly accomplished. And as far as accolades are concerned, Mahomes is number 1. I don't know how you doubt that. Back-to-back Super Bowls, 3 in the last 4 years, of course. But this season alone, he's having a down year. Of course, a lot of injuries on their team, all that. But nobody is doing what Lamar Jackson is doing week in and week out and playing better, in my opinion. But listen, I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree with Colin? Do you disagree? I loved it. Go watch the full segment. Like I said, I couldn't play the entire thing or I will get copyrighted, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would love to play it for you all. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget, like the video if you're still watching at this point. Subscribe if you're a Ravens fan. All we do on this channel is talk about your favorite team, the best team in the NFL, your Baltimore Ravens. So make sure you stay tuned for all the upcoming videos we're doing. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers before the season ends. That's the big goal. I appreciate all of you guys that tune in and support these videos, and I will see you all in the next video. Go Ravens!